Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at the decisive Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals on Saturday night at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. It is the Bucks and the Nets hooking up, series all tied at 3 games apiece. Kevin Rogers with you, and it's been all about the home team so far in this series. Brooklyn won the first 2 at home, then Milwaukee took the next 2 at Fiserv Forum. Brooklyn had the great comeback in Game 5 behind Kevin Durant. And then Milwaukee cruised to a 104-89 victory over Brooklyn in Game 6, in which Kyrie Irving sat out once again with an ankle injury. His status up in the air for Game 7. And the Bucks, in spite of shooting 7 of 31 from three-point range, they were able to do enough and hold Kevin Durant to 32 points, which is still a decent night for KD. James Harden had 16, but no one else really did anything for the Nets in that loss. Meanwhile, Giannis Antetokounmpo with 30 points and 17 rebounds, and Chris Middleton led the way with 38 points. And now Milwaukee heads to Brooklyn looking for a road win and for a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not going to look at a side in this game. Instead, I'm going to take a look at the total. Now, the total sits at 215.5 for Saturday night's game in Brooklyn. And to show you how far this has dropped, in Game 1, the total closed at 239.5. Now we're going down 24 points into Game 7. In this series, the under has gone 5-0-1. So we're still waiting for the first over in this series. We saw the push in Game 5 at Barclays Center on the 222 total, but now it's down to 215.5. And want to throw this stat out at you. In the 3 games in Brooklyn, the Nets and the Bucks, they combined for 54 points or more in 8 of 12 quarters, as opposed to in Milwaukee, where the 2 teams combined for 54 points or more in only 1 of 12 quarters. Now, why is that 54-point number so important? Because if you get an average of 54 points times the 4 quarters, you go over the 215.5 total, at least the minimum of 216. Coming up on Saturday. So I do like as my best bet coming up on Saturday, the over of 215.5 that these teams have showed at Barclays Center that they can score. And going back to Game 5, it was a rough first quarter. The teams combined for 44 points, but then had a 58, a 66, and a 54 in the final 3 quarters. And Brooklyn and Milwaukee have shown that they could score at Barclays Center. In Milwaukee, they couldn't do it. But in Brooklyn, I believe they can do it. This game is too much of a toss-up to take on either side. It's a pick-em. So I'm going to go as my best bet with the over coming up on Saturday night. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Vegas Insider. And we'll have plenty more NBA playoff picks as we head to the conference finals. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching, and best of luck with your bets.